What's up, you guys? It's your girl Heaven.
And it's your girl Riddle.
And we are finally back with another episode of
More Than a Mother podcast.
What's up with y'all?
I know we've been lax a little. No, we really haven't.
It's been 2 weeks. We was gone for 2 weeks.
Busy. Very busy.
And then we just going to be busy after this. We want to go ahead and make an announcement before we get started. What's the announcement, Yazzie?
This is the wrap up of season 2. We did it again.
Yay!
Part of us. We have shown you guys this season alone that we had to be more than a mom, so we be gone from in front of the camera sometimes. But nonetheless, we still delivering. We still here.
Yes, we are. Here. We're still thriving in motherhood, but also outside of it. And so both of those things together take us away from the platform sometimes. Mm-hmm. But we love y'all still, and we love doing this. And we just wanted to go out with sort of a bang for this season. And we will be back next season. So I want you guys, we'll be back soon for next season. So I want y'all to keep in touch and keep looking on the Instagram page. Let us know what you'd like to see. Tell us you miss us, and we'll come back and give you whatever y'all want. That's what we do.
Okay. Hopefully, in this next season, for real, we're able to start bringing along other people and making it something bigger than us. So, what are we talking about today?
So, we're talking about what leading looks like to us. What does leadership look like? And I guess we can go every which way on the tree and the branches. Because there's so many different aspects and avenues of leading, and obviously our perspectives are probably going to be different, like most times. So I'm excited. Let's take a shot.
A whole shot?
No, it's just a half a shot. Y'all, it's about to be my birthday.
It's not half a year, but cheers.
Cheers. That don't taste regular.
They don't. It made my eyes water.
It tastes like flowers.
Maybe got weed in it.
I'm sure. I think that's what it is.
It's a little high. It's a little high liquor. Okay, anyway.
So, what do you think you're a leader?
I think I'm a leader in areas.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that I want to.
Okay.
I just think that sometimes it's my personality, and I would like to dial it back. See, at one point on this podcast, we talked about asking, not asking. Excuse me. I said I didn't feel like I asked for a lot or asked for enough of actually what I wanted, because I'm just so chill.
Yeah.
I think that people come over here and they're just we can really just sit down all day, and that's fine and that's fun. But in growing and actually just honestly motherhood and trying to grow in my femininity as I mother a little girl, I know that I want more out of love and what I want love to look like. So then I began to ask for the things that I felt necessary. And we can even tie in the little love language thing, because then you start to really pay attention to your love language and things that you want out of life. And if you want longevity in a relationship in general, something about your love language got to be touched on.
Right, absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. And we were debating on having conversations about love language. I think it could just be tied into this. I think one thing about leadership for me is, like you said, at some point I learned how to take ownership of my life.
That's a good one.
I almost clapped. Yeah,
that was a good one.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I started. It's a good word for
that
me.
One.
Clip right there, because we were just talking about this too. When I was younger, I was completely different. I feel like I've always been a leader in some sort of way, like, because I have that takeover spirit. Like, I don't really trust people with a lot of things, but for some reason, when I was younger with my life, it was like I trusted everybody else with my life. The biggest and most important thing, you know? I think it was just too overwhelming for me. And so I kind of took the back seat on that.
I think that a lot of that has to do with you being an only child, though.
Okay.
Like, I feel like, because as you evolve, that's not who you are.
Right.
So I felt like that was just what you knew.
Mm-hmm.
And because we grew up with you, it's like, it's easier for me to just turn my brain off. Like, and that's just what, but
I think that's exactly what it is.
That's not who you are naturally. And
yeah,
in certain settings, because when I would come to visit you in school, you were the leader of your group. So like, I think it just depends. I feel like you know who you can trust with your life.
And I can just kind of relax.
And who you have to like make sure they life is okay. Yeah.
I agree. And I think that's when the switch happened. College, for sure. And I realized, okay, there is no one here around me that is going to lead me. Nobody here.
If I didn't hold her phone for like 6 years, she broke it.
Yeah, and I was really at one point before I went to college, like, what am I gonna do without Yazzie? And I broke my phone a lot.
A whole lot.
I broke my phone. I made bad decisions. I mean, it was just like a learning process. And not just without Yazzie, like my mom, you know, my other friends, you know, my other family members. So I always felt safe. I always felt a bit controlled anyway. Like, I always felt like I was kind of raised strictly. So I didn't feel like I had the freedom at some points to live out loud and lead my own life. So for me, I think I've become more of a leader in the sense of becoming the owner of my own life. And then I think that I'm also just a leader because I have that takeover spirit. Like, even when I was younger in school, there was I hated group projects. I fucking hated it.
No, still to this day, I don't want a group adult project. I don't want a group nothing. Let me go ahead and get my 100 by myself.
In college, it was even worse because it's like, I can't even keep up with you.
A nigga could really drop out mid-project.
They did. People did that for sure. Yeah.
You really just say no.
Yeah, and I don't like that. The reason I don't like that is because, like I said, I don't trust people with doing certain things. I'm still that way to this day, and that's why I have the takeover spirit, because it's like, I want you to do it for me because I don't want the responsibility. I always don't want all the responsibility. I really don't. But somehow I always put it all on myself because I know I'm going to do it right. I'm going to do it at least the way I like it.
My mom always say, you want something done correctly, you got to do it yourself. And like, no, literally, I feel like I heard that all my life, to the point where I think that that's just who I, like, it just runs through me, it just seeps through me, because it is like that for most cases.
Yeah.
Like, especially when it comes to projects and stuff like that. Like, in class, you couldn't, no, I'm gonna get my 100 by myself.
Yeah. Because
I'm probably gonna be extra as hell. It's gonna be some 3D funky art on here. Me, my mom, and daddy sat down and did for 14 hours last night. Like,
exactly.
Yeah. I don't need no group. Not yet.
I don't like group shit like that. No, I don't. But now that I'm older, though, I will say that I like to, and this is why I think I'm a strong leader at points, is because I like to delegate.
Yeah, me too.
I like to delegate. I'd be like, you should do this, you should do that, you should do this, I do this, and it's all complete. It's
okay,
like,
no, I don't like to do that.
I do. Now, because I'm so tired, I feel, I ain't got it in me to do it all. I just don't. I don't got it in me no more.
I'm not going to delegate nothing. But if I do it 27 times and it's not picked up at least 26 somewhere, you gotta get out.
Wait, what?
You gotta get the fuck on.
I'm saying, like, say for instance, if you were like planning a trip with your family members, with your sisters and your brother, would you do it all, or would you delegate? Like, hey, Jetta, you can.
No. No. I'm not delegating shit. I'm telling you, I'm gonna just go ahead and do that. If you don't like it, bye.
Y'all heard it here first.
I'm so serious because look, for real, I'm the one that does get all the responsibility placed on me. Like for real, I need to get to my papa so bad. Anyway, I've been handling his finances for years, right? He like, no, I'm just gonna get your aunt to do it. There's no way. Because then y'all gonna still have to call me and ask me 47, 52 questions.
You would rather just do it.
I'd rather just do it.
I agree.
Do I like it? Absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
But am I gonna get it done correctly and then we're gonna nip it in the bud and that's it? Yeah, because really, I think that I'm a leader because I don't like to hear people complain. I think that I'm a leader because I get irritated, not because I want it to be all the time.
And I think that's where we work at, and also where we know that we bump heads at, that we've kind of figured that out. Because another reason why I'm a leader is because I know how pushy I can be. Like, I know if it's not getting done, I'm gonna say something about it multiple times. I'm gonna like get on people's nerves, and so I'm gonna just do it instead. Like, I've learned to just kind of do it instead of like getting on my loved one's nerves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'm very good for that. Like, I have high anxiety sometimes, especially when it comes to like events and just like, you know, things going on. You know what I mean? Like this weekend, we're having me and Tyler are having a couples game night for my birthday, and I already know that I'm gonna have to start things early, or I'm gonna piss him off before the party starts.
And then it's gonna be
tension. And how we gonna have a couples game night?
Yes.
Yeah.
Get your friend.
Yeah. You know, he said that. He's like, you know what? I really fuck with Yazzie. Out of the fucking blue. We wasn't talking about you or nothing. I'm in the kitchen cooking. I said, why? He said, cause she be getting your ass together. I said,
I mean, and it's, you know, I think that if I had not sat down and told myself for real, and I'm gonna be so very honest, if I had not sat down and told myself, if this is a friendship that you want, if this is the person that you want in your life, you're going to figure out how you can control the narrative to the point where y'all aren't aggravating each other. If you know, you need to know what she do that get on your nerves so bad, and you also need to know how you irritate her, and then don't fucking do it. And if we can do it, we had to get here, we had to be able to have a conversation without talking over one another, or have a conversation without getting heated enough and we just saying bye and then we just don't talk for a couple of weeks. Like we had to get that.
Or like full blown argument. We don't do that.
We don't do that no more. Like
yeah.
Like no. But I also do know that if my friend is planning a party, because she's naturally a leader, even though she don't want to do it, she gonna do it. But she gonna tell you what she don't want to do the whole time, and that so that's what aggravates everyone. Yeah. I don't like the complainers, so I'ma just fucking do it. But also in the midst of it, here comes her significant other. Here comes her boyfriend, right? He's like
complaining.
Get her. You need to get your friend. So now we're over here trying to have a powwow, and I'm trying to have this powwow as nicely as possible every time, because it's like
you do a great job.
I know
you stay calm,
and
I'll be like,
the confidence has just overcome me. Like I feel like I've just gotten there, but like I can tell when you're flustered just in general, because naturally you typically are, because you are typically doing a million things at one time.
Yes, always.
So we're gonna first eliminate half of the things on the plate, and that's really all she be needed. If people just came up to her and said, "What y'all need me to do?" and let her delegate. Okay, you see how I eliminated the complaining. But and sometimes that's the compromise, and that's okay. And that's why I say I'm a leader in ways where people don't feel like, or they might not think that I'm doing it. But and I don't want to always necessarily be the leader who just delegates. I want to be somebody who, like, damn,
knows how to take.
I didn't even realize that she was helping me or guiding me through this until blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
like that's my idea of leading. So I definitely don't be but I don't be wanting to lead in with the 47,000 responsibilities to delegate. That be you.
It's like I have, you know, it's one of those things where I have this big thing in my head at all times. Like it has to be big, it has to be beautiful, and it doesn't have to be. One of the things that I've like really sat with myself, it doesn't have to be big and grand and beautiful for anybody else. Like it has to be for me, right? Like that's just who I am, and so I enjoy it. I don't really give a fuck who else enjoys it. Like I don't really care. And that's another issue. Is like I can't put my shit on anybody else.
Yeah.
So then I'm mad, and there's nobody to be mad at. Like, you know what I mean? So then I'm walking around, anxiety through the motherfucking roof, and I'm upset, and so it doesn't really work that way. So I really have been trying, especially this last year, to not be so much of a leader. It's really not a good place for me to sit.
It's not. You don't need to be less of a leader. I think that you just really need to work on your verbiage and how you do it and how you, like, you don't really realize how you're acting when you're asking people to do things. Like, I can take you however which way you come, but everyone can't.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone doesn't have to.
Yeah.
I'm choosing to every time, and that's fine because I don't really give a fuck no more at this point.
Yeah.
But everyone doesn't have to, so that's why I such and such being mad, then Tyler mad, then such and such mad. Now Seven crying. Now all I gotta do because that's not me for real. Now me having in the corner, like, what can I do?
And I think another, like, this is something that a leader should not really have an issue with. And this, I always say, it's naturally me, but it shouldn't be. I'm trying to get away from it. I shouldn't be leading things, and I don't want to anymore. Like, and one of the traits that I have that people don't need to have when they're leaders is that once it's up, I don't give a fuck.
Yes.
That be the problem. Like, the problem is, like, I can get flustered and frustrated, and then if it was only like, okay, let me take a step back, let me not, continue to act this way, let me maybe even apologize, like, whatever it may be, for at least an hour, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care. I acted the way I acted because I acted that way, and it is just what it is. I have a hat that says that because it really just is
so my
what it is, and I don't care.
And I wish that I could, like, phone him in because I just would. You say all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, my question to your significant other, but you can answer it, or how you might think he would feel,
mm-hmm.
is it hard to lead someone who is a leader? Is it hard to try to stand in this leadership role when you have a woman who is all of that?
Okay, so let me tell y'all exactly how Tyler would answer this. It's hard to lead Heaven because she's a leader. However, like, it works because he's not a leader.
You don't think so?
Like, he is a leader I'm talking about in our relationship. So outside of our relationship, I also think Tyler is much like me. Like, I think that he owns his life. You know what I mean? But in our relationship, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because he was raised by his, like, mom who, didn't always have a significant other, so he saw her kind of be the leader of the house a lot of the times. He would rather me be the leader.
That could be it.
And we talked about this on our very, very first date.
So he would just much rather provide, and then you just do, like...
Yeah, and the thing, like, the way he wants to lead, this is how he wants to lead. Like, we talked about this on our very first date, and I wasn't sure if this was going to work for me, but I learned that it does work for me because I don't know how to stop being a leader. Mm-hmm. So, you know what I mean? Like, it works because what if he was a leader? We'd be bumping heads, both trying to lead each other. You know what I mean? He likes that I have big control over things. Like, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but he likes that I can think about 17 things at once and it can get done. Like, he likes that because he's not really that person. So in our relationship, in the beginning of the first date, I told him, because we basically, like, where we both were, we was basically asking each other questions like, we're going to get married tomorrow. Okay. That's where we were when we first started dating. It was kind of like, if you don't want to be in a relationship, we're going to move on after this, right? So we needed to get down to the nitty motherfucking gritty. We talked about kids and mothers and shit and all kind of shit. Then I told him, he asked me what I was looking for in a man, and I said, I really would like an alpha male who is a big leader because I feel like I lead my whole life in every aspect of my life, like in my career, in my family. I'm the go-to person. I don't want to really be that in my relationship, right? Is what I said to him. He was like, I ain't gonna be able to give that to you. Like, straightforward, just like that. I'm not an alpha male.
And that's what he told you?
And that's what he told me. That's what he told me.
So,
and I was like, wait a minute. What man says that he's not an alpha male? even alpha males who are not alpha males usually think they're alpha males. And so, you know, it was interesting.
I think we're in a new age. I think that men are actually waking up to. I've always said this, and I've always got backlash for it, but we ain't have social media then. But
Okay.
like, I'm like, who's decided that men lead?
Yeah.
When
Uh-huh.
women typically go buy all the clothes for the whole household. They're doing all the cooking. They're doing everything, so they're dictating the household, which makes them then the head of household. I've always felt like it was very weird that the man just like
makes the money,
got it for. And honestly, now I can say
monetary value. I think
the bare minimum, because stay home with that kid all the fucking time. The going to jobs and making the money, that's the bare minimum. Okay, you really got 14 meals to make a day.
And
I make
all
14 fucking meals a day.
We're learning that because nobody taught us to fuck that. Nobody taught us
Well,
that.
I think that, and that's what I was about to say. I feel like in my household there was always a great balance.
Okay.
And this is what I've always said that I would want out of life. I've never wanted a man to just lead me any fucking way. That's not who I am.
Okay.
That's not who I am naturally.
Okay.
But my dad always made my mama's life easier.
Okay.
It was always easier for her, even though she still did the things that she still worked. She still came home and cooked and cleaned and did everything for 9 kids, but so did he.
Yeah.
Like, no one had the brunt of the stick just for simply being a gender.
The gender.
Like, it wasn't like that. And the decisions were supposed to be made if there was, outside of when my daddy got real sick, though. Because when if diabetes is crazy. Because who would know to fuck with your mind like that, okay? He was just out here at the claw machines getting busy. All the money. Anywho, love him down, but them diabetes had him up.
Really?
Yes, but he was great at it. He would have hella watches, okay, and flip machines. He was the greatest.
I did not know that.
Yes, my daddy could get anything out of claw machine. Anything out of claw machine. He was fucking great at that shit. I don't know how.
That's almost fucking impossible.
I think he was doing something.
Okay. He was definitely.
They put phones and shits in there.
Oh, he got them.
Busy.
I remember they used to put the
watches.
iPhones and the watches up in the
Busy.
the one that go to corral.
And he was like, "Oh, they were trying to make these machines impossible." No, he figured them out.
Oh, but you know, I already think Horace was a goddamn. He was a genius.
He was something with his hands.
Mm-hmm.
He was something with his hands. Something with his hands.
He wasn't like us.
For real. But he made her life easier, and I felt like that's really all that mattered to me when I got into my long relationship. Whenever I decided to be in a long relationship, like, I just don't want to be with someone who I have to do it all.
Yeah.
And because especially now in mine and Trey's relationship, I feel like we've been through each season with one another. And in each season, I've seen how he can carry the load, or he will wear our struggle to make life easier for me. And that's all I really need. I don't like the idea of someone saying like, okay, I go to work, I make the money, and you need to do this, and this for it to like be a perfect picture, or for it to seem all complete. Like, nah, I'm definitely not going upstairs doing them fucking dishes right now. Somebody else is doing that.
No, and I
know, and that's like,
yeah.
That's just. I think that if the idea was the gender roles was taken out of it, then we will realize that women were the head of households naturally. Anyway.
And I'm glad that you said that. The reason I was smiling like 5 minutes ago when you first initially said that is because that's not exactly, but that's how Tyler's mind works. Mm-hmm. He's like, look, yeah, I work, you know, we split the things that need to be done for our son. Because one thing about it, you know, I think it's these new men, the new men, right? The new men like 27 and down, like 28 and down. But I'm telling you, when it gets to 29, them niggas is a different breed. Anyway, the 28 and down, they're very involved with the kids.
Yeah.
Right? They're very involved with the kids. Like, Tyler don't play about the kid thing. Like, I had to say one time when Seven was 2 days old, you need to get your shit together or I'm going to start calling you a shitty dad. And I was postpartum, so bear with me. But anyway, boom. So he's really involved with the kids. I think that's great. He says, you know, working and taking care of the kid. The thought of everything else, women do.
Yeah.
He's like, naturally, you guys are the head honchos. And he tells his friends this all the time. He's like, I don't gotta tell you what to do. You don't gotta tell me what to do. He tells his sisters and everybody. He was like, the only motherfucking person I need to talk to at the end of the day is my girl.
Yeah.
Because my girl knows what the fuck going on.
Okay.
And so I think you're right on the money
your
there.
birth certificate and your social security card at if you don't?
Go find it.
I bet you brought it back to your mom. I'm not your dad. Like, I'm literally, and that's always been my perspective. Like,
who made your doctor's appointments?
Okay, and so this is where my life is a little taboo. I mean, not a little taboo, but
it's different.
A little different for me because my dad and my mom, and don't go doing it bad. They are different in age. Because bitches love it.
Look, back in the day, baby.
Okay, but that's 7 years apart. So, like, some of the things that my dad naturally just did is because he was just older than my mama. So, once my daddy passed away, my mama wasn't the one who made our doctor's appointments and things like that. It was my daddy.
Okay.
Now, again, I say they knew where to make life easier for each other at because...
Can I say this?
What?
Your parents were... I am a traditional type of person. We've talked about this on here. Her parents were the most non-traditional couple I've ever seen. Her family was the most, like, unorthodox type of, like, group of people that I've ever met. They did not operate the way that a lot of American families do.
Like the way
especially black families.
The way people operate today they gentle parent to 20
They absolutely were like that.
Like
absolutely.
the way that, and I always tell mama, y'all were so ahead of time because a lot of the things that y'all let us see made us who we are. Like, I know that men are capable of setting their own doctor's appointments and things like that because every single doctor's appointment I went to, my dad took me to. But also, my mother just don't drive.
She don't drive. I was going to say
so
your daddy took us everywhere.
Yeah. It's just more convenient for him to make the appointments because, well, he's going to be the one to take us there. But I'm going to tell y'all what my mama never did. Miss a fucking day of work. Because if things was to go wrong, because my daddy was sick, she made sure that she made his life easier in that aspect. Even though life was hard, their equilibrium was there. Even when they felt like shit was crumbling. Like, they definitely had a balance to them, a natural balance to them, like, that, to me, told me, like, this was meant to be. Like, this is what love looks like, or I felt like supposed to feel like, because throughout each season, they made each other's life easier.
I agree. I've said that to Tyler, because as you know, and I'll be candid with the audience right now, is that, you know, at points, Tyler and I have struggled with the balance, right, of a household.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe, I'll say this before I even say anything else, it was because we was being fast. We didn't really know much about how each other lived before we decided to grow a child together and have a family. And so we kind of like were rushed into the whole family dynamic thing. And we weren't very clear on how we wanted things to go, right? Because we didn't know. What I'm about to say about your parents is what I think we lacked. Your parents were made for each other, but what I feel like me and Tyler lacked is they spent so much time together. And I don't know if you can feel this way about Trey, because you guys spent a lot of time together before you had your first kid. It's like you kind of learn, and it took us some time. I feel like it took us the time that we should have took before we had the kid, while we had the kid, though. You know?
That,
like, you know how to make each other's lives easier because you spent so much time around that person.
Well, I mean, we spent a significant amount of time around each other before we had Marley, but I feel like we learned how to make each other's life easier after we had Marley. Like, life was, we was chilling.
Yeah, okay.
Like, there wasn't really anything, there wasn't even a hiccup. We was really just vibing. Like, we were like, we're going to travel here, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, let's take pictures. Like, there really wasn't anything for us. So we didn't start experiencing anything, I feel like, into a relationship until Marley was
That's how it was for us.
On her way.
That's how it was for us. But instead of it being like 2 years, it was like 4 months.
Yeah, and I know. And I said you didn't get that time to, because was he making my life easier then?
Mm-hmm. Or was y'all just...
Probably not. It was just easier for me to do more because I didn't have to run behind a baby and do stuff for myself, like take care of a household. So like, you don't really think about it. You don't really trip when if you washing the dishes 27 times and they sit up. You're not even thinking about that. Especially in those first few moments, I feel like you just.
That's how it was for me. Yeah.
It wasn't until I got pregnant. I think I was like 7 months pregnant. I realized like, damn, your clothes gonna stay on the floor. Like, you're going to always just step out your clothes. That's who you are. Okay. Somewhere you've been surrounded by women the majority of your life. So people have always just done this behind you. Just the other day I was like, you're just so used to me picking up behind you, and I have to be careful with my words because I don't think of it as picking up behind him, but like in those most of the time when he's just stepping out his clothes, he's just coming out of work. So in those moments, instead of nagging or being like, okay, this is the 77th time you didn't pick up shit, I've learned throughout that, like, this is just where I can make it easier for him. Like,
Same.
This is just where I pick up, and this is just what I do.
Same.
And no one has to. I think the issue typically comes in with most people when they like are doing it or they have children early on into their relationship is because you're gonna say it. You're gonna say it, especially when you already have a kid. Like, I'm already picking up behind this kid, and you like, bitch, I only know you for a year. The baby, I only know the baby for 9 months. Like,
yeah, that's exactly how it was, right? And so we got advice from multiple people about that, because yeah, like same scenario, and instead of me learning as fast as maybe not, I don't know what the timeline was for you, how fast you learned.
Well, we was about 3 years in, so
okay.
So we had time. It's not comparison. It's
no,
comparison.
Right, but I'm saying like instead of not nagging, like you just,
oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying, like how you eventually became. I in the very beginning was for sure, especially after 7, was for sure like, how many motherfucking times is it going to be a 78?
No, it was.
You know what I mean? Like, how many times are you going to step out your clothes?
Yeah, I didn't think about it until I couldn't keep bending down. I didn't think about it until I couldn't physically do things, and I'm like, the fuck do you keep doing this
and
for?
You know, when I thought about it, it wasn't when I was pregnant. You had a rougher pregnancy than me. It wasn't when I was pregnant. It was after 7 came when I also had to pick his shit up.
Yeah,
that's when it was for me, and I was over. To be honest with you, it's only overwhelmness, and I think Tyler and I had gotten into, especially the 10 months I was pregnant and the 4 months before that. So you know, we've been rocking with each other for about a year at this point, and we had gotten used to a routine. I am a more traditional woman. I do like to be like Susie homemaker. Like, that's who I am. I like to cook. I like to clean. Like, that's just who I am naturally. And he loved that. And I loved that I could do that for him, and he was appreciative of it. And so we had gotten into that routine. And so, not of no fault of his, because it was definitely his fucking fault. Like, read the room. We got a baby now. You know what I mean? Yeah. But still, like, at some point, I had to realize, you've done this for this man all this time. And now you're asking him to switch like that, to figure out a new routine.
You know, I told you.
And you told me that, and you were not the only woman who was in a seasoned relationship with children who told me that. Like, sis, pick your battles, baby, and then communicate in a different way. Like how we were talking about in the beginning, my tone and delivery is always fucked when I'm overwhelmed and anxiety ridden and shit like that.
The issue before was that Heaven couldn't identify that.
I did not. I couldn't. I was in the middle of fucking postpartum for one.
And if you know her, to know her is to know she's always right.
Yes. I'm a Taurus.
She is.
I'm very stubborn.
So, you know, it's I could imagine being Tyler and sometimes to bear witness to to certain things. It's like, but I'm not that friend who's going to just be like, get them, bitch, because that's not it. You know, you be dead fucking wrong.
No, she was very honest with me, and there have been times I've had to do the same with you, but not very many.
Yeah.
Like, you know, because I barely had a relationship when they was getting good and nitty and gritty was having a baby. You know what I mean? So it's like, I really appreciate the fact that you know, were able to go through those types of things before me, especially motherhood, because it was really, really, really helpful. I learned so many things, and I can attest that our relationship is 20,000 times more stronger because I've learned how to communicate with him, and he's learned that although Heaven is the leader of our family, I also need to assist her because he knows how I am. Now he's now learned that when she gets overwhelmed, it's bad for every fucking body around this bitch.
It's typically,
and he cares about me. He does. I don't think I was communicating to him that I'm overwhelmed. You know what I mean?
You weren't.
I stopped communicating because I was so upset.
I literally said,
you know,
I gave you 3 questions. I gave you stuff like in your situation. You guys were always trying to figure it out. You were always trying to fix it, and I think that. Even though y'all be getting on my motherfucking nerves.
And we know it.
They be getting on my goddamn nerves. Because for real, I'm always, by the end of the night, standing in between them group therapy. I love them down, but
yeah,
for real.
It's been like 3 times since I moved here that you've had to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll be wrong. Not like every time.
Not like every, not about, well, let's say not about everything.
Not about, I feel like where I'm wrong. This is where I'm wrong. The situation I'm upset about because I feel like something's been done to me, right? The way I communicate that is where everybody loses me.
I think her feelings be valid. It's just how you act on your feelings.
Yeah.
And, you know.
I'm a ticking time bomb sometimes, but it's just like, you know, one of the things that I know for sure that we both have acknowledged and have worked on is, for me specifically, I was raised in a family of women who constantly disrespected men. Like, it was just normal to me. Like, it was literally second nature and
let's
normal.
Talk about it. Right?
Yeah. And they were always the leaders. Like, do you understand what I'm saying?
No, that makes so much sense.
And so, what do you mean?
Take the shot.
You didn't think that that's why I was the way I am?
No, you know.
I come to therapy to unlearn these bad behaviors.
I don't know why. I think that you are. I think that you are your mother, but I never correlated with the rest of your family because
it's not my
she
mother.
has to get it from somewhere.
It's not my mother.
But it's not even your mom because she's more lax. She's more tolerant.
It's not even my mom. I have never really seen my mom disrespect a man. My mom is the one who taught me. Let's get this straight. My mom is the one who actually taught me to be a submissive woman.
Mm-hmm. But
she's the only one in my family I can point.
But that's the only thing that I think about when I like when I correlate the two. I just think like one thing about your mom, she got her mans.
Yeah.
Okay. And one thing about my friend, she has her mans too.
Yeah.
So like
I'm much like my mom.
That's what I've always correlated. But I've never stopped to think like, and I don't know why because I know that there's a lot of me that screams Joanne. Mm-hmm. that I hate about myself sometimes, mm-hmm. And I know that there is some Winnie in you,
absolutely,
and that's just it's
in me, and it's in all my cousins too, so we've had to go to therapy because it's like we run into people who are not going to be tolerant of that.
See, I think my therapy was free. My therapy free. You know what it was?
What was it?
Fuck her. Soon as my life went better when I decided that I was not gonna talk to my grandma.
Yeah, but no, even if like to me it's bigger than that. It wasn't about, and it is just that when I get around her, it rubs off on me. But it's more than that. It's like even if I'm like fuck my grandma at some point, you know what I'm saying? Deep down inside my gut, there's Winnie Erlene. She be peeking out sometimes.
So I love to only let Joe come out when like a bitch got me really fucked up. Because one thing about my grandma, she could fight. She's known for fighting. She was the skinny girl known for fighting. That I will do that. She's very artsy. She's very this. She loves to say like, all you are is because of me. Type of shit. Like fuck you. Anyway, like I don't have a whole mom and dad, but anyway. I know that there are things that she do that I do because my mom does them. And I think learning my mother as an adult helped me unlearn things that I didn't like about myself, because I see her do it, I see my grandma do it. I'm like,
that's interesting. Those things were easy for me though. Like the things that my mom and my grandmother have in common, those things were easy for me to be like, I don't want to do that. Those things were easy. What the hard part was is that my mom is so much different than my grandmother.
Yeah, because she is.
She is.
Yeah.
Like if I was able to see both of them do the same shit, you know, maybe it would have been easier for me. But I took a lot of things from my mom, and I took a lot of things from my grandmother, because they're not completely different, but they're a lot different. And I'm not gonna flex. If we talk about Joanne and Winnie a lot on here, and Winnie, my grandmother, love her to death, but she did teach me some horrific shit that I brought into my adulthood and also into my relationship. And it's done me a ton of good to go to therapy and learn those behaviors and be able to, you know, recognize that.
I think the difference is you'll continue to go around your grandmother.
Yeah.
I won't.
Yeah.
You'll continue to, and I stopped.
And some of the shit they both have done was atrocious.
When I was a kid, bro. Like, by the time we became 15, 16, by the time my daddy was passing away, like, we not even really around you. Like, I think the last, our for real last hoorah was when I tried to, I be wanting to understand things. I think I'm always trying to get to the bottom of why things are the way they are. But once you sit down with a true narcissist, and I mean a true one, I mean a trained one, I mean, she went to school for all that shit she had to. It's really hard to try to unlearn things because she's a trigger of mine. And in learning that, I don't have to be around you. I don't want to be around you. I also know how I don't want to treat those around me because of how you've treated us. So, like, a lot of things that I know that I don't, like, I just don't like or I just won't do is simply because, like, to me, she is supposed to be the head of our family. She is supposed to be what started everything. And to know that she will start and finish it all, the way she has, I just be like, I ain't even need no damn piece of gum that I don't want to be nothing like her. And I'm not saying
the reason I needed it is because I chose not to cut the relationship off.
Yeah, and I know.
I feel like if I cut the relationship off, that would have been enough therapy for me as well, you know? But because I can't bring myself to do that, I had to make two things true at once. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's just that was a personal choice of mine. I've talked to my therapist about that as well, because a lot of my cousins, I'm the only one left of the older grandchildren that has chosen not to sever the relationship with her, right? And I have been reprimanded for that. Like, they don't agree.
I'm gonna tell you something.
But my therapist told me I should not feel bad and they should not be judging me, and I agree. It's my personal choice. I don't have to fuck with her every day. I don't gotta talk to her every day. I don't gotta be at her house every day like I used to be. I used to live with the lady when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? I have chosen to not go on vacations with her anymore because when we went to New York, she choked me while I was driving. But anyway, like things like that, I've definitely cut the communication probably like in half, if not more, you know. But I've chosen not to sever the relationship, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that the difference is in grandmothers is, of course, mine struggles with addiction, so
that's a little different.
It's a lot different because I've already forgiven you for one horrendous thing at 7, another horrendous thing at 12, another horrendous thing at 6.
Yeah.
Like I used to for real believe that, you know, you have to respect your like in a sense where to tie leadership back in here, like I literally allowed the idea of just my grandmother being my grandmother, so she's supposed to be at the top, okay, lead me into believing things about people that is just not true, right? Because I wanted to not sever the relationship, but in me not severing the relationship, I learned a lot about what I didn't want from myself and who I didn't want to be, because the part of my grandmother that I have that maybe the rest of my siblings don't is the very manipulative part. Like that's my curse and blessing from her. And I turn mine off.
She's so good at it.
I turn mine off for people I love because I love them. You don't want to think that you being fucked with, or people playing with your mind, or people you don't know if this is the truth. This with people that you genuinely love. And because my grandmother doesn't have a switch, like I think that I also, because my grandmother led that relationship, my grandma and my grandpa, watching her lead the relationship and he just bring the money in, also told me that women can either make or break you. The woman you choose will make or break your life.
Absolutely.
And
that's the most important decision of a man.
And that's because they are the head of the household.
Absolutely.
That is because they genuinely lead. And I'm saying all this to say that allow a crackhead to lead you somewhere, and you'll be nowhere.
I'm sorry for laughing. That's real shit. That's
real shit. I love my papa down. But should he be here? Hell no, he should be somewhere with a bitch with a BBL. I don't give a fuck.
Not a BBL? My papa. No. Yes. No, not a BBL. That's not good for you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
He should be somewhere with a girl. Not even a girl.
Just a nice young lady. I mean, a nice old lady.
If he wanted a bitch with a BBL that was 45, I would say do it. Because he deserved that.
He could definitely have one.
He deserved that.
Papa's the shit. Don't play with Papa.
And to speak on leadership, my papa might not have been the overall leader of his relationship, but do he lead his family? Yes. And watching him be the dictator of the family and create the family reunion and do things like that also showed me what I wanted in a man.
I agree with that with my papa.
Because although to me, I guess him shutting up is making my grandmother's life easier. And again, I say that that's something that you want. You just gotta know what you're dealing with.
It's gotta work for you.
Yeah.
Right? And so I think one of the things that maybe you and I need to look at from our perspective, looking in on the relationships of our grandparents, is that it just works for them. And it's because of who they are, when they grew up, that shit wouldn't work for us.
Yeah.
It wouldn't work for us. Like, or it wouldn't work for our men per se, because I'll tell you something. Tyler ain't going for the shit my papa put away.
Hell no, neither. I'm trying to tell you, look, y'all.
You can never go out and do what your grandma do, and stick by your side, honey. Never. And I could never do it.
Not without y'all seeing him on the internet doing the exact same thing. Bitch, you wanna embarrass me? I'm gonna show your ass. Because one thing about us for petty as fuck. I'll be telling you.
You say this all the time.
You gonna know if we into it. I'm telling y'all, we petty as hell.
That's funny. That's funny. Can you tell me and Tyler into it? Like on social media?
Yeah, he just don't get on. He's just not on there.
But I am.
Yeah.
I'm keeping normal. I keep it real cute.
You're on there posting all types of memes and shit.
I do.
You might be in the mirror. Mm-hmm. You with Savage going to Target or some shit.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And he's not on there at all.
It's crazy because we ain't got into it in so long that I don't
even been on there. I know.
Yeah,
I said, I looked at them and I said, they have to have been doing, they gotta be doing something. Check that. Why you even worried about them? You worried about them.
Trey is funny. Both of y'all funny.
Tell her internet all the time.
No, I didn't realize that, but you're right.
Yeah.
He his villains.
And even you know, because like even though life has happened for you guys, y'all have gone through your own little trials in the background, it still was on the internet.
Yeah, period.
I said they're doing real fucking good.
Yeah. Because the things that we went through were not relationship issues, right? Mm-hmm. We wasn't fighting each other.
And when y'all realized that.
Okay, baby, when we realized that we're not fighting each other and that we're fighting the issues, baby, we're not against each other. We're fighting the shit that's coming towards us that the devil done sent. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Oh, baby, yeah. So even life shit didn't affect him in the way that you would have thought it did,
The way that the perception that I've had from the past.
Right.
That's just it. Because
from what? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that I know that y'all are so much more than that, because you really have to grow. Like,
bro, y'all, we only 2 years in. Like, that'd be the crazy part. We got an almost 2-year-old, and we're only 2 years in.
My daughter is 2.
That's the problem.
And I've been in a relationship for 6 years.
And when I met, and that's the difference.
That's
and this is to put some perspective on the time frame. I came to visit. I was living in Durham. I came to visit you and Marley and Trey after you had Marley. She was probably a week old, right?
Mm-hmm.
She probably was about a week old. And that is when I sat with her and my other very good friend Raven and told her, "Hey guys, I met a guy."
Mm-hmm.
And now Marley's 2, and my son almost 2.
Yeah. And that's no, like,
That's
literally.
the timeline.
Because
you do
we're
that.
gonna be even more frank. The fact that you took your birth control out on Friday and got pregnant on Monday.
I took my birth control. We can talk about this on another episode next season, because this is a good topic when it comes to women's health with birth control and education, because the doctors are gonna lie to you, baby. We're gonna not lie to you. We all know the truth. All of us has been through.
There's so many things that cancel out birth control too. Like, look it up.
Antibiotics, baby. Do not take
energy drinks.
Energy drinks.
Celsius.
Baby,
I think it's like that.
you will be pregnant. And if you're pregnant, God intended for you to be.
If you're pregnant, congratulations. I know so many pregnant people right now. And I love to keep bearing y'all secrets, like, for real. Congratulations.
Please keep it a secret. I'm so happy that y'all telling her. Everybody tell her everything.
I love it.
And she just eats it up. She loves it. And you know she loves babies. You know, Miss Dula over here. So, but yeah, we're going to talk about that in another episode, because do not get your birth control out. It doesn't matter how long they say it'll stay in your system. It won't. I was pregnant 5 days later.
I think that you just fertile myrtle. I think you might be fertile myrtle.
And the thing about it is, I ain't never been off birth control but that one time.
Yeah, so like,
I'm going to stay on that shit too. But you know, after I did some research, that's what happens.
Yeah.
Once you get off birth control for some time,
the ones that are back there,
they're ready.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that. I had no clue, because the doctor, I'm just trusting the doctor like a dumbass. Don't be a fucking dumbass like me. I was a dumb ass. It'll stay in your system. No. Listen, I just wanted to get my back rubbed.
Everybody just went. Look,
I just wanted to get a massage.
Okay,
literally.
you want to get your back rub. I swear to God, the week that I had to, I literally had hurt my hip or something, broke a rotated cup. I'm like,
you
how
always breaking.
Fuck was I even? What was you doing? Why was you up there? I was just. He was fucking handicapped.
Fucking handicap is crazy.
No, but for real, like, I was literally.
And then got the handicap pregnant.
Even more handicapped.
Put you down.
Yeah.
Under.
No, real bad. I would never carry another one. Big.
You never?
No, for real, I don't.
I would have like 2, 3 more.
2, 3. Listen, when you call me and you say, "Where are you at? Where you at? I want you to come over," and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, I'm in the sky right now. You know my daughter graduated." I want you to know it's all love.
Cause I'm be still raising. No, honestly, the next time I get pregnant, I want to be 20, so I can be done soon after you.
Okay, I'll pray 20s on you then.
Please pray for me to have
Okay,
twins.
but it's a harder pregnancy.
I already know, but I think it will be. You know,
I'll be here.
You know how you pregnant, right?
Yeah.
And you have your baby, and it's like, oh, it's worth it. It's
Yeah,
so
of course
worth
it's worth it.
right? If I get pregnant with twins, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna be feeling like I'm gonna die. Like, no, sorry.
Don't say that.
No, I'm gonna be feeling like I'm just, I'm not gonna be able to take it. Like, oh my gosh. But then when they come out, I'm gonna be like, oh my gosh, it's so worth it.
No, it's gonna be worth it.
Then it's gonna be great.
It'll be definitely worth it if you had twins. But if you don't, then what? You're gonna just like
try again? Yeah. Cause I gotta have 3. We gotta have 3 at least. At least, honestly, I don't know, because some days I'm like, one's good. Some days I'm like, one's okay.
Well, like I said, when you gonna start trying again?
Probably about 20. I told myself I was going to try December. I was going to start December 2025.
Okay. So it'll be about 3?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll take my birth control out December 2025. I don't know why y'all know all my business.
Probably before. Yeah. Well, my kid gonna be gone. Your kid's gonna still be in middle school and shit. I'm in Thailand.
No. 4 years middle school?
Yeah.
No, they're gonna be in high school.
9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, yeah, they would be 9.
My kid will be in high school at least. They grown. I can go with you, shit.
Hey, hurry up.
Okay.
You better.
Look.
No, because no.
Why?
Because then they still not gonna be born in December of 2025. I think you have.
Oh yeah, they're still gonna be like old enough to be at home by themselves.
They're gonna be in middle school. What time will be that? He don't go no further.
He don't want to go to no Honduras. He do, but he
don't want to
wanna
go no Honduras.
That's one thing about it. Like, that's also another thing that works for us. I be in the street. My man be wanting to be at home.
Yeah, see, making life easier, okay?
Yeah, like, you have to have a good balance. You know what I mean? Like,
I think it's less about leading. So, first, to stop being goofy, because goofy
whew,
is fun.
honey,
I think
so
it's
funny.
less about the idea of leadership for us and more about where they make life easier at.
Especially
I think that we're realistic in knowing that, like, for real, if this is your man, if a nigga is going to work, he coming home, he cook and clean and he tend to the kids, you just sitting there, like you just feet propped up.
Does that happen?
I don't know what you did to deserve such a thing, but call me, give me the prayer that Sierra had for Russell, because I'm not sure in anywhere, for anybody that's happening. So yeah, it's just all about making life easier for me.
Yeah, and do what works for y'all. We always say this, like, and I think the ultimate goal is for you both to have consideration.
Yes,
is that the word?
That's the word.
Yes,
because that's the highest. Well, I told you.
It's the highest form of love. And she always says this. And once you start considering your partner, you're going to make their lives easier, right? If you love them, right? If you love them and you start considering them, you're gonna be like, maybe I could do this to make them happier, right? You want your person to be good, you know? So,
and if you don't, it's not your person.
That's not your person. You might want to move on.
You might.
No, you definitely.
I know it's hard out here to live on your own, but you should not stay with somebody just because you need a place to stay. I'll speak this advice specifically.
We too old for that, y'all.
And you know what's crazy? It be girls. It be ladies.
I can think of 6 couples right now who doing it.
It be ladies, like
they ain't got nowhere to go
because there's the whole idea of the man providing. You might get that, but you don't even be like it.
My mama always told me, baby, you can have a man that pay for your bills, baby, but you need to have some money, baby. That man can leave you. He could wake up and not ever want to see your face again.
You can wake up and not ever want to see his face again, and that's what's happening.
But it's okay if you wake up, because if you say if I wake up and like, I don't really want to fuck with Tyler no more. I'm gonna give me some money before I even think about, No. But if he says, I don't ever want to see your fucking face again, it's over for you, bitch. You ain't had no time, no warrant, so make sure you are in the place where you can make a decision and your partner can also make a decision. You both are entitled to that. You need to be making some money, baby. Don't ever be out here, don't ever.
And if you out here, just in case. That's the fun you're supposed to have. Just in case, because life happens.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay.
I've been there. Don't tell nobody.
Don't tell nobody.
I have not a damn cent in my name.
But you know what? And I think, that's when the integrity is there. Okay, that's when you go, bitch, you really about that shit. You really one of them. You gonna do your biggest every time. Sometimes you just need a nigga to turn you on.
Okay, turn me up.
I saw a little Facebook post that said, all it took was for my bitch to leave me. I'm turned now. I got my charger in the crib. Damn, that bitch left you and tied you up. No, but for real, do better by yourself.
Off my check got bigger.
Okay. But do better for yourself. Want better for yourself.
Especially at this age,
Figure out what leading looks like to you.
Yeah.
Because it does look different in every relationship, and have fun. Be in love. Be authentically in love. Be genuinely in love. Don't be in love for the internet.
Yeah. And one thing I can say is I feel like, going back to what I was saying in the beginning of this video, own your own shit. Lead your own shit. Yeah. In relationship or not, individualism, there we go. One of the two. Is important.
We're gonna clip this. I'm gonna clip this because
we was talking about it in the marriage episode. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Girl, I never disagree with you though.
No, I didn't say you disagree, but I'm just saying I said that was really important
to you. Oh yeah, you did say.
I don't know if that's that important to me, but Yeah, and because that's what started the whole little.
Yeah, I think I said, okay, and this is the thing. If we're going to get on that whole marriage thing, I strongly do believe marriage makes a difference. I do still stand 10 toes down.
I don't think it'll make, and I think I said this because I don't think it'll make a difference for me and my partner.
Not in like the way you operate, but for sure in other ways. Like,
for sure, just on the
like if
paper.
I croak right now,
Yeah, but that's it.
all my assets.
But you know, you don't have to be married to do that either, though.
Yeah, but
People just want
you doing that?
What?
You did it already? He already on
Power
your
of attorney.
Yeah, he already.
It's a power of attorney.
You already did it.
He's on all my stuff.
You did that already?
Yes, he's on all my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I swear to God, I got all.
Honestly.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Trace.
Unbelievable.
Okay. all of Trey's anything is going to come directly to me, and anything of mine is going to.
I don't know why I don't believe you. That's the same thing we did. I mean, me and Tyler got the same thing.
Yeah, because I had a kid. Like I feel like
we didn't play after 7. We got the same thing.
I didn't do that prior to.
I'm not saying like people won't do it. I'm just saying before you even think about it, something could happen.
And I think I only do that now because the law acts as if we're married. Mm-hmm. Like when everything comes for us together.
Is it because how long y'all been together?
Yeah.
That sucks.
I know. So it's just easier for me to just be like, okay, well, I can speak for him. So that's just what I do. Like, yeah. Because, and I'm honestly, a lot of people's power will fucking attorney because it's just the easiest thing to do because I know what to say. So it's just.
I get you. But I still stand 10 toes down on marriage definitely makes a difference.
I mean,
for sure.
I think that it is a big step for everybody that does it. I think that it's a big leap for anyone who takes it on in its seriousness. Mm-hmm. I just feel like me and my nigga just so chill that it's just like that's why I be saying like we're going to elope somewhere. We're probably gonna do something not hangover, random shit like yeah. I'm just so non-traditional in that sense that I feel like we're just gonna have us a big ass party and everybody gonna be in that bitch.
It's still a wedding.
I don't want a wedding.
No, sorry.
I just want a reception.
It's not a wedding. It's still a marriage.
Yeah.
Y'all signed the papers or no? Have y'all talked about that?
I think that I just was the only one that was confusing.
So he's not like I know there's some people where like I want to be married, but I don't want to be married legally.
No, I think he would like to be legally married.
It's just you.
It's not. It's just so many things, you know. It's a lot. It's just a lot.
It's a financial contract as well.
I'm just gonna be honest. I'm just gonna be so honest. It's so stupid. Like who the fuck said that I wanted somebody else's daddy last night? I never said that.
You don't have to do that.
I know, but that's the idea of it for most.
Who gives a fuck what I did? I don't know if I'm taking Tyler last name. The only reason I've always thought about it is because I would like for me, Seven, and Tyler have the same last name, only because of what I know about other people. Though I think I'm keeping my shit. Galette got a ring to it, baby.
Okay.
He said he might take my shit.
No, that's what we talked about.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want to do,
and that's where I'm at with it. Like we can just do whatever we want to do.
Legally though.
I mean, but it doesn't even matter. We're legally already bonded by paper. It makes it
punch them in the throat.
It makes it hard.
Well, that's dumb. What's the point of marriage in general?
Literally know I don't get shit because me and Trey are on.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's dumb. I don't like that, and I punched them in the throat.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's why I say nothing's gonna change for us. It will literally just be like what we doing for everyone else.
We're gonna see, baby. We're gonna see when y'all get married, and I'm gonna ask you what changed, and you gonna have a long laundry list of shit.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, he suck your toes. Y'all get married.
Hell no. You been on my fucking toes.
Oh yeah, when y'all get married, gonna suck. You don't like your toes?
No.
Maybe suck them toes. Ooh, that big toe. When I get the pedicure,
let's go ahead and do something. Cause I'm gonna tell you right now. Somebody sucked my finger. Somebody sucked my finger.
A finger I don't get.
I'm not sure what the finger suck was for. Trying to get to 2 feet, and it's a no for me. I think I was so like, what is?
You don't like that?
No, I think that's next level disgusting.
No, you gotta try it though. Have you ever tried it?
Somebody that sucked my toes, it's not fun. I don't like it.
So you did
Spit
try
and
it.
toes don't go together. Your mouth should not go on something I'm just putting on the floor.
Baby, straight out the shower.
Coochie, okay. But a foot on the floor? No. I'm not sucking no toes. I don't want nobody to suck my toes. I don't even want to touch no feet, if I'm gonna be honest. I barely want to touch
I
mine.
don't want to touch no feet either, but I don't mind somebody touching mine.
So Tyler be sucking your toes. That big toe.
Don't look at him right now. Nah, he ain't sucked them right now. He only sucked them straight out the shower with a pedicure. I love him.
I was over there smoking with him. He got feet in his mouth.
I mean, it's been a while. I mean, he got all kinds of shit in his mouth. So do Trey. Don't blame
But
him.
a foot. Look,
Shit comes out your ass.
I'm not even.
Literally shit.
Ain't nobody really eat nobody's ass. Who eating ass?
I don't even.
Bye.
Oh, we gotta go. This has been another episode of
What's Another Podcast.
This is our last episode of the season, and we're signing out.